Guys, welcome back to a new episode of the Guns Book Club in the World Book Club. And today, guys, we're on extremely special episode. Because today, guys, we're on episode number 264. Guys, can you get it? 264 episode. Just damn. So every time I get excited, and I'm getting excited from the start for about this huge amount of episodes that we just made. 264, guys, which is crazy. So just do it. And guys, this is the fourth episode of 2022. Yeah, we are 2022. So let's go. So guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're already familiar with the channel, welcome back. My name is Zach, and I'm the host. And on this podcast, guys, we're working together on the speaking level, reading level, and on the communication skill to stand in front of the camera and to communicate well for the camera. And doing so because I truly believe I think English is the number one tool that each one of us must require in order to be successful in life. And the second tool that is going to help us a lot is to know how to communicate well for the camera. You guys, if you take those skills together and you combine them together, you can create great content on the internet, and you can influence billions of people around the world. So it just crazy value to work on the stuff. And I'm over on the fact that when I'm starting this podcast, guys, I was a little bit shy and not so confident to speak in English and to be on the camera. And I know that there's also other people around the world that also care about it and don't feel so confident. And what I decided to do, because it was important enough for me to just go through the process to become an English master in English speaking and reading and communicating on the camera. And I opened this podcast one because I want to work on this stuff, and second because I want to inspire other people. And I really hope that this episode, this journey, this podcast will inspire you. Yes, the ladies and gentlemen that are watching the podcast, this is inspiring you to also work on English and to share message with the world and to be in the camera. Because it's really important. I think it's really important that you share your message with the world, inspire the world, because you have a unique story to tell, you have a unique message to share with us. And it's just important, guys, just do it. I know that by sharing with you guys my own failure and success, my own outcomes and struggles and obstacles that I face and how I overcome them, I will inspire other people to do the same, and that you will see that you're not alone, and there is also people that are struggling to speak in English around the world, and just do it, guys, just do it. And if anyone is going to laugh at you, send it to me. You know, the book club. It doesn't think so. The book club will show them, will experience them why it's so important. Guys, there are two people that are going to laugh at you. First of all, there's people that want to do it and fail to do it. So now they want to bring it down. And if the people that try to speak in it because they're trying to bring them down because they want to feel good about themselves that they didn't make it, speak in English. So if this is the case, it doesn't also, they don't vote for time because they just don't vote for your time. And second, people that are going to laugh at you just are mean people. Just thinking by showing other people, by bringing other people down, they can lose again or just enjoy it. So anyway, don't count these people. They are not relevant for you, for us. Because we are doers and we want to improve our life and we want to become better each day. And if you're not part of this mentality, if you want to become a loser every day and doesn't do anything with your life, there is other people, other channels that will encourage you to do it, not me. In this podcast, we are the best and we work on ourselves to become better and to influence billions of people around the world. And if you not want to be part of this movement, so feel free to go to other people. Anyway, guys, today we are continuing our journey with this great scene. And sorry, I'm hiding this scene But you know, you can find the full scene, it's on free. 2, 1, bam, you can find a good fun. This is great background. But I put the good fun by 9 and Mark 22, and of course we like it. And the other put the good fun on 4th of September 2016. Guys, this is, if you want to download the picture, just need to choose the resolution over here. Press download. Right click on the picture. שמירת על שם ליבר עושה pictures in English and type down in the comment below. I want to know language and the honor was need to best for me. Wow. Press save. Press save. Choosing not to save it. Press save me and comment just like that. You will get this great background on the computer. So thank you very much for. So thank you very much to Monk 32 for sharing this background with us, and thank you very much for the artist who made this great background for sharing it with us. And you see, guys, this is a pit open. And Wendy, and I love it. There is a really nice song called Neverland by B. Ruth B. And I made a special remix of it, and I think that I will put this remix on the 260 episode, and you probably heard it. Because this is 264, I put it on the 260 episode special, and you heard it next week on the special because today it's 19 on December 2021. So it's going to be, we're going to record a lot of the video before you're going to see, before you have the chance to watch the special episode. But I'm going to put this song for you, Neverland, and I really like the story of Peter Pan. So that's it. Yes, today we'll continue our journey with your next 5 moves by Patrick by David, the Master of the Art of Business Strategy, and we start move number 2. The move number 1 was, first of all, knowing yourself. And the second move, we're going to see it in just a few seconds. But guys, before that, if you want to check out this background, or if you want to check out Patrick by David, social media account with the author of this book, and by the way, it's highly recommended because it contains the social media accounts contain so much knowledge, so much. It's a crazy amount of knowledge of wisdom that we showing fast for free. So please, definitely recommend to check them out. And if you want to check out the book, you got all the link to it in the description below. And of course, guys, make sure to like them. And the second thing, guys, if you have any suggestions for me, I can improve myself on the podcast, or if anyone of you want to come to the podcast, be against the podcast, show me about, expand about the mega difference because you are in, or just have a great time with me, guys, because I'm a really nice guy. Please let me know in the comment below so we can arrange it. Yeah. And guys, of course, feel free to share listen to the board, expand the board, and if you hear the missing something that you want to say, or you hear some nice quote from the channel for me or the book, or if you have any life lessons that you learned that you want to share with us, feel free to do it in the comment below so we can all get improved because of your wisdom. So thank you very much. And guys, one last thing, if you enjoyed the episode and if you enjoyed the journey in my channel, please consider to subscribe to the channel, put the notification bell to verify that each time that extremely exciting episodes are coming to YouTube. And you know it's going to be at least 5 extremely exciting episodes of per week. We got a lot of very exciting episodes. 250, 260, 261. We started the new year, starting this new series and every stuff. So you'll be notified. Like the video, share it with your friend, subscribe to the channel, and put the notification bell. So guys, it's really small effort for you, just click, and it's been a lot for me. It's huge impact on me and on my channel. So please consider to do it if you enjoy the video. So thank you very much. And guys, before any more introduction, let's just dive right into the book. So your next 5 moves by Patrick by David, page 61 to 60. Page 60 to 65. Read on the meat. The legend, the banner one is the man said, give me some drum, give me some drum, please. Oh boy, hey, yeah. So let's go. So 260, it's a move to master the ability to reason. 61. Chapter 4. Title: The Incredible Problem of Processing Issues. Quote: you have control over your mind, not outside events. Again, you have control over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find the strength. Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Meditations. Every day, all day long, we are faced with issues. Your best customer threatens to walk away if you don't lower your price. Your star employee says she's leaving if you don't give her equity. A pandemic causes the market to crash 30% in a single month. A bigger competitor is bullying you and trying to put you out of business. Your kid gets into a fight at school. The issues never stop. You constantly hear people talk about as the keys to success. It might be the most common question of amateur podcasters, probably because it's safe and simple. You all hear answers ranging from where is the right person to focus on health, work hard, have faith, and a host of other things. You're going to have moments when you feel as though the world is coming to an end. An amateur panics, but a grandmaster doesn't. An amateur panics, but a grandmaster doesn't. Before he does anything, he must first process what is happening. He has to do so while staying on an even keel. Keel. This is why stoicism is both so important and so challenging, and why Marcus Aurelius and Sensei are sages who have stood the test of time. Emotion can get the best of all of us and cloud our judgment. Sadly, I have learned this lesson the hard way too many times. It's why my answer about the key to success for people at all levels of business is know how to process issues. Life is always happening. The way you respond is based on how you process issues. Most entrepreneurs don't fail because of a fluid business model or an investor who backs out. They fail because they refuse to abandon their preconceived notions about work and life. They refuse to solve and learn from any and all kinds of problems as they arise. Some people say that common sense can't be taught. I can tell you that it can be taught and it can be learned, because once you learn how to become a more strategic thinker, making important decisions is going to seem like a second nature to you. Not long ago, I was a high-strung CEO with a horrible temper. In 2013, I had a panic attack that sent me to the hospital, and recurred every day for 18 months. The main cause of the panic attacks was indecision. What kept me up at night and made my heart a bit faster wasn't my workload, which I could handle. The problem was that I could never stop thinking about issues. I would reply every decision and every conversation over and over in my mind. It was eating me alive and damaging both my business and personal life. I had no peace of mind because I was so worried that I would make a wrong decision. I know what it's like to work 18-hour days and still feel as though you are spinning your wheels. Like most of us, I spent my early career chasing certainty and treating every issue as though it were black or white, as though there were one right solution to every problem. If only I could figure out what that was. It was as unproductive as it was exhausting. If I could learn how to process issues, you can too. I'm going to show you how to solve any problem. Call me and effectively, and call me and effectively. No matter what no matter what the stakes. Building a business requires you to slay many dragons. Problems are inevitable. You would better get a grip on solving them. To do so, you must be processing issues constantly. 1. Processing is the ability to make effective decisions based on access to information attained with the highest odds in your favor. Again, 1. Processing is the ability to make effective decisions based on access to information attained with the highest odds in your favor. 2. Processing is about subjecting every difficult choice, problem or opportunity you face to a rigorous mental analysis. 3. Processing is planning out strategies, seeing the hidden consequences, and sequencing a series of moves to permanently solve problems. Title: The most important trait to process effectively. Taking responsibility. Taking responsibility. Great processors use the word I, and sees the role in whatever problem has occurred. They ask questions such as, how did I contribute to this? What did I do to correct this situation? How can I improve so I will be better equipped to handle something like this in the future? Poor processors play the victim and blame others and external events rather than seeing how they contribute to the problem. You know you are witnessing a poor processor when you don't hear the word I. You will hear him or her say things such as, all millennials are lazy. Those kids have no work ethic. They are causing my business to suffer. Expert processor replace the word they or you or it with the word I. When dealing with the same issues, the expert processor will say, I'm doing a poor job managing millennials. I need to see what my blind spots are. I need to learn how to better understand them so I know what motivates them. Or I need to hire a different demographic. No matter what, it's on me to solve this problem. What differentiates medical people from exceptional? What difference mediocre people from exceptional? What difference mediocre people from exceptional ones is how deeply they process. Most people are on surface level processors. Most people are surface level processors, but the best of the best go much deeper. Long-term thinking versus short-term thinking is the difference between a grandmaster and an amateur. Surface level processors are looking for a quick fix. They are thinking only one move ahead, and their goal is to make the issue disappear for now. Deep level processors look beneath the surface for causes. They are thinking several moves ahead and planning a sequence of moves to make sure the issues and planning a sequence of moves they are thinking several moves ahead and they are thinking several moves ahead and planning a sequence of moves to make sure the issues doesn't happen again. It's important that you see how much people process issues. Blame and escape are the most common responses. and they might be your initial reaction too. Blame and escape are the most common responses. Blame and escape are the most common responses, and they might be your initial and they might be your initial reaction too. I get it. We are all human. Reference this list to see which choice you are making. Title: 3 approaches to dealing with an issue. 1. Find someone to blame. It's much easier to externalize the problem than deal with it. If you can't identify one person, email all your content. Email all your contents, telling them to go to hell, followed by a row of middle finger emojis. It's funny. 2. Find a safe space to escape. Find a distraction. Check Instagram. Turn on the news, ESPN or TMZ or Valuetainment, but Valuetainment you actually don't stuff. Pretend you can multitask by clearing out your inbox. Better yet, call it a day and go home to your warm bed. I like it. 3. Find a way to process by taking responsibility. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that those are the moments that separate winners from losers. Yeah, I want to be this, but I think I'm number 2. Honestly, I'm number 2 until now, but so far I'm being number 2, but I want to be number 3. So let's do it again. Number 3, find a way to process by taking responsibility. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that those are the moments that separate winners from losers. This is why I like reading these books, because they give you so much knowledge and put the finger on your blind spot, and if you have the courage, you will face it and you will grow from it. You will grow from it. And so thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you very much. Title: The great ones on the rule. The great ones on the rule. My bad. Those are 2 simple words that all the great ones use constantly. Winners also use phrases such as, "This mistake is on me," and "We have no one to blame but ourselves." What do victims do? Blame the software, blame the market, blame their teammates, blame their customers, blame their managers. They point the finger at everyone but themselves. As a result, they keep making the same mistakes and they keep losing. I bet you know some of those people. They are the ones who tell you that it's always somebody else's fault. It's a constant victim story and a bottomless sea of complaints. Blaming others distracts them from seeing themselves as a common factor in all their interactions. The author and relationship coach Mark Manson said, Mark Manson, the subtitle out? Maybe it is. I think Mark Manson, I read the book of him, the subtitle out of Not Giving a... It's a great book. The audiobook said, I always tell men, if every girl you date is unstable and crazy, that is a reflection of your emotional maturity level. It's a reflection of your confidence or lack of confidence. It's a reflection of your neediness. Contrast victims to winners. They are easy to spot. They are the ones who take ownership of issues. Kids will say, it broke. Mature, accountable adults say, I broke it. Joe Rogan is a perfect example of a leader who holds himself accountable. Rogan has found success in stand-up comedy, acting in martial arts, commentating on the UFC, and his own podcast. In my view, the key to his success is his ability to process issues and accept responsibility. He doesn't hold back his opinions and thoughts. He simply talks through how his mind operates, and in doing so, gives us a glimpse into how he processes issues. On one of his podcasts, he was venting about how a guy he had partnered with to sell coffee use his platform in a way that didn't sit right with Rogan. You could hear the frustration in his voice. Rather than blaming the other guy, Rogan took responsibility. Rather than saying that he had been victimized, he owned his role in what had happened. His exact words were, I F bought it. Here we have a problem that we have allowed to be created. He had a very right to be angry. Most people would have focused on what the other person did, rather than saying he had been sold, and was therefore a victim who had been taken advantage of. Morgan owns the fact that he had bought it, and corrected the problem by which complicated and co-created the problem by being complicit. When you process issues and take responsibility, you stop blaming others. Sure, Morgan started out sounding angry, but as he processed the issue, he said, I feel bad because I like the guy. I don't even think it's intentional. In other words, it didn't take him long to realize that the root of his frustration was his own actions. A pro who has been processing issues for decades understands that nobody does anything to him without his allowing it, rather than becoming bitter. Achievers use adversity as a lever to get better. In this case, Rogan directed his frustration to avoid making the same mistake again. When most people would be blasting someone else on social media or threatening a lawsuit, Rogan was educating himself. He said, if I've read more about coffee over the last 3 weeks than I've ever wanted to read or thought I would ever have to. Title: Processing steps to take when someone ticks you off. 1. Take responsibility for your role in what happened. 2. State specifically what you did to create the problem. And 3. Channel your frustration into getting better and preventing future problems. Again, the processing steps to take when someone ticks you off. 1. Take responsibility for your role in what happened. 2. State specifically what you did to create the problem. And 3. Channel your frustration into getting better and preventing future problems. That is winning processing in action. That is an effective approach by a person who has created a habit of that is winning processing in action. That is an effective approach by a person who has created a habit of tackling issues and using them for learning and growth. It's not innate and not something you learn overnight. However, it can definitely be learned. It can also be taught. If you manage people, you need to go beyond processing issues for yourself. You need to transfer the skill to your managers, and you need to transfer the skill to your managers and the employees. The best way is by example. When you become a deep level processor, you set the example of when you become a deep level processor, you set the example of how to tackle issues. This is essential to scaling your business. emphasizes that processing issues is the most important skill to master because it's something you will have to do several times a day for the rest of your life. For starters, shifting to someone who takes responsibility rather than blaming others will change everything. You will go from being a victim of circumstances to a person who creates his or her own reality. Guys, guess what? This is the end of the episode. So let's go. Guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. That you need to start something new for the channel because for this episode, because I know that I didn't. And to not blame others because I've been blaming sometimes others, actually not, but I'm blaming others, and to remember and to that Patrick remind us that it's not other people's problem, but it's ours. So it's a good reminder. Thank you very much. And then there's a lot of stuff. So guys, feel free to also share with us what you learned from this episode in the comment below. And I really hope to see you all tomorrow, guys, for the next episode, extremely exciting episode, the first binge watch party time of the year. So let's go. Guys, so guys, I really hope to see you tomorrow, guys. And until then, have a great time, take care of yourself, and as always, bye. So guys, today is Sunday, 19 on December 2021, and time now it's 20:50, 8:15 p.m. And now I want to go, I have the ability, the privilege, the choice to go and learn statistic math because I want to success in my exams. So let's go. היום ראשון 19/12/2021 השעה עכשיו 8:50 בערב. וזה הולך להיות השבוע שאני בלי אינסטגרם, בלי פייסבוק, ג'וק פה נלחמת פה נגד האירובוד לקרב שני שלהם, אני חייב לראות את זה. יום חמישי אני עושה דרמת הלכות, עוד שנה זה יום חמישי עם אבא וענבל. רוצים ללכת למסעדה, כשנחזור למסעדה נראה את זה, למען אתם חייבים לראות את זה. רוצים לראות את זה במוצא שם אבא. בכל מקרה הולך להיות אחלה שבוע. ויאללה, שמחה בהצלחה, לתראות, אני הולכים עכשיו סטטיסטיקה, חסות סיכומים, ויאללה, שנצליח, נראות את זה מהראש, ולהתראות.